at the general store in Wakeman, Ohio. I used to stand out on the street and look at Golden Dancer and say, if I only had her, I'd have everything in the world I wanted. I was 7 years old and a pretty good judge of rocking horses. Golden Dancer had a bright red mane, blue eyes. She was gold all over with purple spots. When the sun hit her stirrup, she was a dazzling sight to see. But she was a week's wages for my father, so Golden Dancer and I always had that plate glass window in between us. But then let's see, it wasn't Christmas. It must have been my birthday. I woke up in the morning and there was Golden Dancer at the foot of my bed. My mother had skimped on groceries. My father worked nights for a month. I jumped out of bed. I got on her and started to rock, and it broke. Split in two. The wood was rotten. The whole thing was held together with spit and sealing wax. All shine and no substance. Bert, if you ever see something bright, shiny, perfect seeming, all gold with purple spots, look behind the paint. And if it's alive, show it up for what it really is.
I think this is the best place to put it. I'll start with you, Your Honor.
There's no precedent for this sort of thing.
No, you understand, sir. We're making history here today. This is the first time a public event has ever been broadcast.
Well, I'll allow it, provided you don't interfere with the business of this court.
Yes. Coming in.
Merle, gotta talk to you over here. The boys over at the state capitol are getting worried about how things are going. Newspapers all over raising such a hullabaloo. The boys are beginning to feel nervous. After all, November ain't too far off. And it don't do any of us any good to have any of the voters getting all steamed up. Wouldn't do no harm to just let things simmer down. Go easy, Merle.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What's that?
An enunciator.
You going to broadcast?
We have a direct wire to W in Chicago. As soon as the jury comes in, we'll announce the verdict.
Radio. God, this is going to break down a lot of walls.
You're not supposed to say God on the radio.
Why the hell not?
You're not supposed to say hell either.
This is going to be a barren source of amusement.
Can one speak into either side of that machine?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Kindly signal me while I'm speaking if my voice does not have sufficient projection for this radio apparatus.
Come on, everybody, get in here. Everybody rise. Hear ye, the court will reconvene in the case of the state versus Bertram Case.
Gentlemen of the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Harriet Estabrook speaking to you from the courthouse in Hillsborough, where the jury is returning to render its verdict in the famous Monkey Hillsborough child case. I'm Harriet Estabrook, and now we shall hear now from the judge.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a decision yet?
Yeah. Yes, sir. We have, Your Honor.
The jury's decision is unanimous. Bertram Cates is found guilty as charged.
Yay!
Did you hear that, friends out there in Radio Land? Bertram Cates has found guilty as charged. I can tell you the confusion here is simply unbelievable. And the next voice you'll hear will be that of the judge actually pronouncing the sentence.
Step right up and get your ticket to the Middle Ages. You only thought you missed the coronation of Charlemagne.
The prisoner will rise to hear the sentence of the court. Bertram Cates, I hereby sentence you to...
Point of procedure, Your Honor.
Well, sir?
Is it not customary in this state to allow the defendant to make a statement before sentence is passed?
Mr. Drummond, I regret this omission. In the confusion and the excitement, I neglected. Bertram Cates, if you wish to make any statement before sentence is passed on you, well, you may do so.
Your Honor, I'm not a public speaker. I don't have the eloquence of some of the people you've heard in the last few days. I'm just a school teacher.
Not anymore, anyways.
I was a school teacher. I feel I have been convicted of violating an unjust law. I will in the future, as I have in the past, continue to oppose this law in any way I can, and
Bertram Cates, this court finds you guilty of violating Public Act Volume 37, Statute 31428 as charged. The penalty for this violation is fine and/or imprisonment, but since there has been no previous violation of this statute, there is no precedent to guide the bench in passing sentence. The court deems it proper to sentence Bertram Cates to pay a fine of $100.
Did Your Honor say $100?
That is correct. I think this concludes the business of this.
Your Honor, the prosecution takes exception. When the issues are so titanic, the court must mete out more drastic punishment to make an example of the transgressor and to show the world.
Just a minute. Bertram, the amount of the fine is of no concern for me. Bertram Cates has no intention of paying this or any other fine.
Then let him go to jail then.
Yeah!
He would not pay it if it were $1 single. We will appeal this decision to the Supreme Court of this state. Will the court grant us 30 days to prepare the appeal?
Granted. The court fixes bond at $500. I believe this concludes the business of this trial, and I hereby...
Your Honor, I should like to read into the record a few short remarks I have prepared.
I object to that. Mr. Brady may make any remarks he likes, long, short, or otherwise, in a Chautauquatan or a political campaign. Our business in Hillsborough is finished. The defense holds that the court should be adjourned.
But I have a few remarks!
And we are all anxious to hear them, sir, but Colonel Drummond's point of procedure is well taken. I'm sure that everyone here will wish to remain after court is adjourned to hear your address. I hereby declare this court is adjourned. Sign and die.
Escobar, get your Escobar.
Quiet. Order enough. I mean, your attention, please. We are honored to hear a few words from Colonel Brady, who wishes to address us.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We beg your attention, please,
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Colonel Brady has a few remarks to make.
May I have your attention?
I am sure will interest us all.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Fellow citizens and friends of the unseen audience, from the hallowed hills of sacred Sinai, in the remote days of antiquity came the law, which has been our bulwark and our shield. Age upon age, men have looked to the law as they would look to the mountains, whence cometh our strength. Here, as they would look to the mountains, whence cometh our strength. And here in this courtroom, we have seen vindicated.
Ladies and gentlemen, our director in Chicago advises us that our time
We have seen vindicated.
to our program and matinee.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the hallowed hills of sacred Sinai.
Oh my God!
Get it up!